You are looking live at New England Sports Center in Marlborough, Massachusetts, where the New Jersey Sharks, in blue, are getting set to take on the Buffalo Regals in the first preliminary round game of the Beantown Classic, the famed summer tournament that becomes the epicenter of girls hockey in the summer. And we're glad to bring it to you. Hi everybody, it's Joe Rizzo, back on Rizzo Vision with the action. It's going to be a little different look this season. And as we switch uniforms and switch teams, and you know, hockey is a transient sport sometimes, but the way things go, you move forward. So in this case, we start out with the Jersey Sharks, a team made up of New Jersey Bandits girls playing at the 19U AA level. But for this tournament, they are the Jersey Sharks, not at full strength, not what you'll see from the Bandits roster once they get going in about a month's time for real. But all of the players out there will eventually be playing for the Bandits. And right now they're the Sharks. Coach Amanda Linklater, long time behind benches for the New Jersey Colonials, will be running the show for the Sharks this time. And the Regals, with their regal red jerseys and red helmets, will attack from not the side on which they are warming up, because they are on the home bench. The tournament consists, I believe, of 30 teams at this level, and they will play 3 preliminary round matches, after which they will be categorized and seeded. There's certain to be ties, and all that tie-breaking stuff we could try to figure out later. If you're in the top 16, then the game that you play on Saturday night will be one for advancement for the championship. If you do not make the top 16, the game you play Saturday night will be the consolation, and then the parents will head back to the hotel and not have to get up the next day. So we'll talk about that another time. The Sharks gather round. They are in light blue jerseys with grayish trim. The numbers are not too visible, they don't stand out. The names are on the bottoms of the jerseys, but they are there. For the most part, it looks like everybody's found black pants and gray socks. They do the 1, 2, 3 Sharks and get to the middle. The Regals, as we said, in the red with the navy pants and red socks with white trim. This game dedicated to Marie de Benedictus, my wonderful aunt who left us earlier this week, and we said our final goodbyes to her earlier on this day. So Aunt Marie, this one is for you. We will wait to see which goaltenders are occupying the goals. And of course, one of the numbers of the Regals goaltenders is one that I do not have. There's a 35, and I have a 29 and a 40, so we'll have to figure that one out. Harper Keenan will be in the nets for the Sharks. Luisa Rizzo will start at center. Jesse Sperling on the left wing. On defense, Kira Redmond. Who's on the right wing? We can't see the numbers. It looks like maybe it's Maeve McNulty on the wing. And on right D, maybe Katie Graffey. Underway! The Sharks start to attack, and they break in quickly. Sperling looking, wrist shot, knocked down in front. Goes to the near side corner, battled for over there. It looks like Gabby Rothstein is there with the puck. Rothstein looking for Rizzo up the middle. Sperling pressuring, kept in at the point on the right side. Is that McCaffrey? No, it's Shoemaker-Gromick on D. So Logan Shoemaker-Gromick taking the first game here at D because of the slight imbalance of roster. I think that for the first 3 games, the Sharks will take turns as typical forwards will take a game at D, so Logan will take the game at D. Breaking in are the Regals, centering pass. That was Cishek, couldn't get it through. Regals back now in their own zone, they're in the red if you're just tuning in. This is Jersey Sharks hockey from the Beantown Classic. Redmond spins around. The ice is absolutely horrible. There are puddles. It has not dried or frozen up at all. There are puddles just everywhere. McNulty on the near side corner. Shoemaker-Gromick moves it up forward, but they can't get it out. Covered there, and the face-off will come to Keenan's left on the glove side. Looks like Mia McSherry is going to take it, and she wins it. Olivia Rothstein picked it up, sent it up the far boards for Izzy Camerata. Couldn't connect it on the break, but they do get it out, and it comes right back in. McCaffrey had moved it up. Camerata gets in. Bulldozed by a couple, but Camerata, 1-on-2, wins the war, if not the battle. McSherry hustling over to try to keep it in, but the Regals will break it out. Ball fires one wide. Goes across to the far boards, chipped over there. Camerata pop up. McSherry hand passes it forward. That's legal because it's in their own zone, as long as you touch it again within your own zone. Pressure there by McSherry. McSherry battling 2, gets a little help from Olivia Rothstein. The Rothstein twins. 22 is the defenseman Olivia, 18 is the forward Gabby. Here comes a shot, there's a rebound in front. That was Mandy Scott bringing it in, 27 for the Sharks. Rothstein keeps it in for a moment, or rather, that was Kloss. If we could do it again, I definitely would go for bright, more distinct numbers for the Sharks jerseys, but I'll get used to it. It's a bunch of new names and numbers to memorize, and give the guy a second and he'll figure it out. McSherry on the dot, Scott on the left wing, Claus in the slot. Redmond off the face-off, sends it through traffic, but not on net as it was deflected. Right point sent in, and now Scott will hustle for it. Knocks away a pass, but the Regals defenseman picks it up and moves it out. And she can't get through Redmond all the way. That, there's a 29 out there, and I don't have her number. She was not listed on the official roster, so whoever 29 is, I would love to have your name. Chipped up and kept in by the Regals. Wrist shot goes all the way through. That was Pagano. Alana Pagano fired that one, but it didn't get on net. Was looking for a deflection. Regals changing, but nothing unseemly there, even though it hit a player. If you're moving yourself out of the play, you're not going to get called for too many players on the ice. Rizzo tries to keep it in, gets help from Rothstein, who does. Sperling, and now Gabby Rothstein with it. Regals try to bang it up the boards. Olivia Rothstein keeps it in, goes toward the middle. Shot is snuffed away. Rizzo bangs it. You're looking for it in front off the knocked forward by Rothstein. Backhand by Sperling, and it kicks wide as the Regals break out. They'll move it up and in, but Katie McCaffrey interrupts that. Best plan by Dalton. Maya Dalton was trying to break through, couldn't get free. Here's Rothstein getting through the middle. Gabby Rothstein 1-on-3. She affords a change behind her. Rizzo still up front, but McNulty's been able to get on. Rizzo's going to head over to the bench and complete the change. And McNulty hustling down, forces the turnover. Camerata has it, looking through the circle, tries to get through one, regains it, looking to tee it up, gets it through. Oh, McNulty tried to jam it in, and it just wouldn't sit down for her. That's maybe the wet ice. They try to give the puck to the goalie there, but they can't quite get it. And the Sharks are attacking here. Shoemaker-Gromick. Sorry. Big collision behind the net. And there's going to be a penalty here. Camerata got tripped up. She drew the penalty. And with 16:28 left in the first half. Yes, the first half. It's 0-0, but the Jersey Sharks about to go on the first power play in their history. As Izzy Camerata draws the penalty on Lily Kwiatkowski for the trip. 2 halves of 22 minutes each. And the penalties are 2 minutes here, so that's the way they're going to play it for the tournament, at least for the first set of preliminary matches, which is 3 games. McNulty puts on the brakes, finds Camerata. She keeps walking right down the middle, leaves it for McNulty, wrist shot, oh, they get a piece of it. It's the unnamed goaltender who wears number 35 that's on the roster, saved with the shoulder. And Folia tried to put that one in. Julia Folia just had it on the stick and it bounced over it at the last moment. Folia breaks up a 2-on-1 right in a direct puck battle there. What a play by Folia. Here is Shoemaker-Gromick, wrist shot, save in the breadbasket. And she covers up.
No, the jersey's covered.
Okay. We're trying to get the name of the goalie that's wearing 35, because we love goalies. Wrist shot with 66 seconds on the power play. Centering feed by McSherry, couldn't get through. And McCaffrey picks it up. Katie McCaffrey looks. Cross ice. Mandy Scott tried to bunt it toward the middle, but fouled it off. They'll battle for it in neutral ice. Rothstein sends it forward. She was looking to get claws behind the D. Regals dump it in. Still 36 seconds on the power play. This puck shoveled forward. Claws trying to put pressure. Can't quite get there. Slides into the boards. Has to get onside. She does. And a loose puck there is going to be picked up by Scott. Picked off. Marching in. And good D down the middle. That was Olivia Rothstein and Logan Shoemaker-Gromick breaking up the shorthanded break by Maya Dalton. Sharks are going to move it up. A little room there made. And a backhand pass moved forward by McSherry. Over to Rothstein. Leaves it for Rizzo. That's not Rizzo. That is that Sperling? That's Sperling. Center and feed. Rizzo shot! Kicked away, and she couldn't quite get the rebound to settle for her. Rizzo almost had a chance there. Would have been dynamite. She's got a little something to play for here. We'll talk about that in a moment as she tries to chip that one forward. It's picked off and brought in for a moment by Kumro. Kumro using the body to try to press, but Redmond spins off. Power play's ended now, so the Sharks can't cash in. They're in the light blue. So if you're one of those people tuning in from the Bandits side, you're rooting for the Sharks today and this weekend. Sperling moves it up the right wing, and she will dump it in. Rizzo comes up the middle, looking to see if it'll pop out the other side. Hitting the brakes and turning around was Mullen. She moves it up the far side wing, but they can't break it out. Rizzo putting pressure on and forces the turnover as Olivia Rossi comes in, centers it, and Mullen picked up the skate to make sure she didn't deflect that one into her own net. 13-13 left first half. Yes, halves in the preliminary round of the Beantown Classic, the preeminent summer tournament in girls hockey in the U.S. And there's teams also from Canada stepping in. And blasting one was Samantha Bidzerconi, but Harper Keenan makes the glove save and covers it up. 12:53 left first half. 0-0. McSherry wins the draw, but the Regals jump in to steal it away. Centering feed. Keenan got the stick on it. Camerata is going to move it up. Camerata will gain the wing on the right side. Has McNulty coming down the middle. Camerata centers for McNulty. Shot! Oh, it chipped just outside the net. The goalie got a piece of it with her stick. Otherwise, Maeve McNulty would have gotten her name in the history books as the first Jersey Shark to score. It's going to be a hold now. And it looks like Izzy Camerata is going to head to the penalty box, ignominiously getting her name in the brief history of the Jersey Sharks as the first penalty. So Camerata with the hold, 12:27 left first half. There's two halves, not three periods. Jersey Sharks in the light blue jerseys will kill it off here. McNulty and who is that up front? Folia up front. McNulty and Folia up front. Olivia Rothstein centering feed, and Keenan knocked it away with the pad before the stuff attempt. Olivia Rothstein and Katie McCaffrey on D. McNulty tried to chip that one out, forces the shot from far away, redirected in front, but Keenan got the stick on it. Regals trying to set up the power play, but they send it right in through traffic, and Folia gets it out of the zone. Folia still pushing. Folia in for the short-handed move. Folia wrist shot goes just wide. Maybe it was a snapper. Julia Folia trying to create havoc. Short-handed, and she's doing it. Bouncer comes in. Netminder steers it aside. Would love to have her name. Sorry, number 35, whatever your name is. I know you're not number 40, so maybe it's Kerrigan McCarthy. Loose in front. Keenan with the left pad save. Wraparound attempt. Shoemaker Gromick stuffs that from ever getting there. Scott is going to try for the breakaway if she could get there. Almost had it. Mandy Scott was putting on the Jets. Weak offering from the point. Keenan stops it, covers it, whistle stops play. 46 seconds left in the Regals power play. 11:13 left in the first half. Sharks now move it out as McSherry wins the faceoff and Redmond chips it out. Short-handed now for 36 more seconds. Mandy Scott, she's been on the verge of getting a breakaway. Short-handed. Now she moves back into a defensive posture here for a moment, although Shoemaker Gromick is the other defenseman, so good communication there. Takes a weird hop off the boards. They try to move it out. Redmond standing sentry in front and just ties up her player on the centering feed, so no scoring chance. Bouncer in front. Chipped away by McCaffrey. Redmond's over there. Backhands it up. McSherry lets it go and eventually uses the skates to force it out and dump it. That's going to kill off the penalty, so neither team has been able to cash in on the power play. 10, now 13 left in half number one. Rizzo putting pressure, chipped up the boards, but Olivia Rothstein has it, and the lefty fires it in across, and Sperling trying to put pressure. Sperling with the steal has Rizzo in front, sends it there off a couple of skates. Rothstein tees it up, redirection by Rizzo maybe, or maybe by a Regal, but forces the cover and the whistle. If you are watching from Burr Ridge or Buffalo or Basking Ridge or Beantown, we're glad that you're here on Rizzo Vision. Buffalo Regals in red, they move it up and in. Looking to tee it up. That was Pagano in the middle, but she never received the pass. Centering feed didn't quite connect. Gabby Rothstein looked to chip it forward, but that funky ice that we'll talk about at the next stoppage was the enemy of her. Sometimes, look, both teams are playing on this ice. It's starting to freeze over at least a little bit now, but there are puddles all over the place. And I'm in a rink. Now, granted, it's 90 degrees outside. Let's be fair. I mean, technology is incredible. But I'm doing this game in a short sleeve shirt. Rizzo tries the redirected front. Couldn't quite get it off the centering feed. Picked up there, dancing through. Rothstein was looking to maybe get it down to Rizzo or forward for Sperling. The Regals will break out. Pagano tries to get to the middle, but Olivia Rothstein is there to knock it away. 22, the lefty, reverses it. Gets a little help from Rizzo, bodies off. Puck battle there, centering feed, Keenan chips it out. It goes between the points and it's sent forward. Olivia Rothstein picks it up, gets knocked away, but gets a little help from Rizzo back checking there. Sent up by McCaffrey. That puck is just gonna slow down and it's held up by the goaltender. Chipped up and just out as McNulty was hustling to get there, just out of picture. There's a puck battle just below. The game is not going to be decided on what happens right below this camera angle, so that's the part that we'll sacrifice for you to see. Redmond keeps it up at the point. Wrist shot fired wide, was screening there. McNulty was screening right there, but the shot, nobody on the back door, maybe that's what Redmond was looking for. Camarada out of the corner, tries to get it to the middle, gets it knocked away. McSherry tries to move it forward, couldn't do it. Chipped up, but kept in. There's a little stick getting high there behind the play on Shoemaker-Groma. Centering feed, Camarada was there, McNulty was trying to put it through. Redmond takes it and dumps it. Camarada was going to cover the point, but Redmond probably made the wise play because she had McNulty behind. Sent around the end boards. Camarada will pick it up. Puts on the brakes. Uses the body to try to turn. Picked up and centered by Folia. That's now to the point where Shoemaker-Groma fires it wide. Camarada. Great possession here by the Sharks. Let's see if they can cash in and keep it in. Not allowing the Sharks to change. Now a few Sharks, let's see, 3 will remain on the ice, and the Regals are able to change. The Sharks change fully. Camarada is the only one who didn't. She's 1 on 4. And let me tell you something. I've seen her score that way before, and it might have been in this rink. Camarada off the boards on the far side. Scott is in front, tries to one-time it, but it's knocked away by the goalie. McSherry looking for somebody in front. Stick handles around one. Goes to the outside. Wrist shot. Glove save and held. Camarada, after a long shift, is able to get a rest now, and she was effective. Claus will jump on the right wing. McSherry wins the face-off. McCaffrey to Rothstein. She took a stick up high. It was inadvertent, but no call. She took the stick blade right up by the neck area, and you always worry. Brought in by the Regals, wrist shot, hits the outside of the net, and I think the Regals player maybe thought she scored for a second. But Harper Keenan knew that that puck wasn't in. A goalie knows, whether they don't have eyes in the back of their head, but it seems like they do. Moved up by Scott, and she forces that puck out of the zone by Will. She didn't have position, and she wasn't in a position of strength, but she got it out of the zone. Brought in, wrist shot, blocked away by McCaffrey, streaking in like a sprite from the opposite side just to get there in the nick of time. Centering feed, but it's all Sharks. Backhand in front. Keenan with the save with the left pad and covers it up. 5:31 left, first half. Jersey Sharks and the Buffalo Regals in a good one to open it up. No score. Is it no score or is it 0-0? Is 0-0 the score or is there no score? Well, these are the things that we're going to debate all year. Regals win the face-off and they send it low. Rizzo is there to pick it up. She's 1 on 3 for a moment, but drawing the 3 defenders, that allowed the defenseman to stand sentry. Regals try to center it, but Sharks are saying no. It's loose in front. Now picked up by Gabby Rothstein. She's going to break out with Jessie Sperling 2 on 2. Rothstein over the line. Tees it up, knocked down, loose in front, still loose. Rizzo sweeping in, couldn't quite get there, and it's sent out. Redmond to McCaffrey, reverses it over for Rizzo. lost the edge there and battled for just out of view. Picked off down the middle. Gabby Rothstein trying to undress a few. Gets it on net. Didn't get a lot of juice on it, but does draw the face-off after the stoppage and the cover. So face-off to the glove side circle of the goaltender. Rizzo and Rothstein discussing where it will go. Sperling in the slot. Rizzo on the dot. Rothstein on the right wing. Didn't win it, so the best laid plans, but there's another way to win a face-off. It's you lose it, and then your awesome teammate wearing number 18 recovers the puck. Well, it was a good moment while it lasted, and now the Regals break out. Akira Redmond interrupts that and sends it forward for Rizzo. A little too much sauce on there, she couldn't knock it down. Regals will skate up and break out. Not Mullen. Mullen gets through, the lefty can't get through Shoemaker Gromick. Rothstein and Sperling put pressure, kicked away, just so confidently by Harper Keenan. Like, that shot looked dangerous, but Keenan just easily steered it away with the skate. Rothstein had to hold up her stride, otherwise she would have been offside, but Jesse Sperling picks it up. Sperling hits the brakes, but does it and can't maintain the puck. Comes to the far wing. McCaffrey keeps it in. McCaffrey battling, gets a little help. This is McSherry, wrist shot, glove down. Or was that Rothstein still? Hard to tell the 18 and the 13 apart, but I guess it was Rothstein. So they force another face-off, and the Sharks have had probably a 60%, without doing official stats, possession time here. Teed up by Olivia Rothstein, it goes wide. Somebody got dumped in front, that was Folia, but they don't call it. Folia trying to pick it up, Camarada does. Camarada leaves it for Folia, but they have Julia marked now by 2 in the red jersey pretty much every time she touches the puck, a lefty number 12. Olivia Rothstein with it, retreats back into her own zone, took a little hook right there. Center goes all the way through the crease, but Keenan lets it go. Backhanded up the boards, Camarada uses the body as a shield, gets a little help from her friend Maeve McNulty, and they get it out. McNulty hustling hard, putting pressure, trying to force the turnover, kept in magnificently by McCaffrey, but the Regals recover. They'll change 3 behind and send 2 in. McNulty picks it up. She's going to be a one-woman show here. Let's see how far she gets. Tries to dump it toward the net. Really didn't have any place to go with it as the wing forced her to have to send it toward the middle. McNulty, do a little dance. Keep a little puck. Get down tonight with Folia. Oh, there's a big save. Off the redirection. 2:29 left. First half, no score. Jersey Sharks. If you're checking out the New Jersey Bandits U19 AA this year, you're rooting for the Sharks today. That's your team. Buffalo Regals, one of the name brands in girls hockey, an awesome organization with some of the coolest uniforms you'll see, are the opponent here. So we're glad if you're joining us from the Regals side, either live or on demand. Yeah, you can subscribe, check out a little girls hockey whenever you want. Never know when your teams are going to meet up again in the future, or when you want to go back and see where your daughter, your granddaughter, your great-granddaughter, your niece, your sister, your friend, or even yourself. Wrist shot. Keenan watches as it goes wide. Near side wall. Scott sends it back for Redmond. Has a little extra time. Chipped up. Claus watched it go off the boards and take a fortuitous bounce. Claus putting on pressure. Didn't quite get there, but eventually forces the turnover. McSherry will move it in. Has Scott down the middle, but a lot of red traffic there. Can't get it through. McCaffrey looking up. Chipped over, but a little awkwardly for the lefty, and they'll have to skate back and recover. But 5 Sharks all back in the zone. Blocking the shot was Olivia Rothstein. It trips into the protective netting over the end boards and goes out of play. So that'll be a face-off to the right circle of the view of Harper Keenan with 94 seconds left in the first half. McSherry wins it. McCaffrey moves it to the near side wall. Scott Couldn't get the handle there for a moment. Wrist shot blunted by McCaffrey. The Eagles trying to set up, and boy, all the girls out there are victims of the ice. It's just now, in a lot of parts, starting to freeze over, but there's still, if not puddles, it's still wet out there. It's starting to cool off a little bit in here, but not quite enough for it to be the crisp ice that we're used to at the New England Sports Center here in Marlborough. There's 8 rinks in this place. It's like a hockey heaven, especially during the Beantown Classic, which is going on right now. 50 seconds left, first half. Sharks will not ice it. Claus will hustle down. Scott and Claus, they force the turnover. Mandy Scott sends it at the net. Rebound there. Shoveled forward by Rizzo. Rizzo leaves it for Claus, it looked like. They just couldn't quite get it on the net the second time. It's offside, but there's delayed offside. Okay, so we got that rule down. They're playing delayed offside for the tournament. Rizzo picks it right off a 29 stick. Centering feed, couldn't get it. She was looking for Gabby Rothstein on the back door, but again, it's just, if you see girls whiffing on pucks, it's because they're hitting puddles of water and it's just stopping the puck, and it's not what you expect. Shoemaker Gromick blocks it away. Time expires in the first half, and it is 0-0. Shots on goal. Yeah, we don't have that information for you. So now, if the Regals change goaltenders, I could tell you that it would be number 40, Kylie Page, at least according to the information that I have. So if it is Kerrigan McCarthy, I have her as 29, but maybe she's wearing 35, but I haven't been able to confirm that. So she's just going to be known as the goalie. I think typically in a tournament like this, if you have multiple goalies, they're less likely to share a game. Well, I shouldn't say multiple. If you have 2 goalies, they're less likely to share a game, since the coaches going in know that they can give them an even split. And typically goalies don't like to share the games. They'd rather just play the whole thing themselves and give up playing in every game, so to speak. And what that means is that for the game this evening, which will be back on Rizzo Vision, I believe in the 8 o'clock hour, but check, the game is already up there on YouTube, so you can check that out. It's in the 8 o'clock hour. We'll be at the other rink. We would expect that one to be with Lexi Riley in the nets. So we'll get a chance to see Lexi later on. And she's wearing number 32. Harper Keenan, number 40. Her mask is more becoming of the New Jersey Bandit uniform than the New Jersey Shark uniform. And she will now defend the goal to our left, making this the half of the long change rather than the period, I believe. I believe they're switching sides. Or are they not switching sides? They're not switching sides. So there's that. Okay, so we're not switching sides here in the tournament. Rizzo on the dot, Rothstein on the right wing, Sperling on the left wing. Underway, second half. Rizzo and Sperling sort of combined to win the face-off. Regals retreating now into their own zone. So my notes, the way that I set them up, I totally should have them reversed now, because I figured, all right, well, I could put them, it doesn't matter which way I put them. And yeah, so whatever. I think I got everybody figured out here for the most part. Gabby Rothstein battling along the end board, shakes off one, still with it. Now with another defender, gets a little help from Sperling, using the feet, using the stick. Sperling chips it out, but a little too much energy by the Regals. That one tipped, but it's going to be icing anyway.
I don't know why they didn't shoot. So, you know.
21-14 left in the second half. You got to do that when it's anything over 20 minutes in hockey. it sounds cool to say that there's that much time left. It's like a soccer game. McSherry on the dot, McNulty in the slot, Camerata who grabbed that on the right one. Through traffic, backhand score! Maeve McNulty with 21:07 left in the second half. Gives the Jersey Sharks a 1-0 lead, and it's the first goal in the short, brief history of Jersey Sharks hockey. And there you go. That was a directive from this guy here. If you score, you got to go lead the celly line, because that's the only way that this guy knows that you scored. Camerata on the assist, and maybe Folia as well. We'll see if they give out two. Between the points, sent in Olivia Rothstein. Camerata for McCaffrey, who dumps it. McNulty trying to shake off one. So McNulty was close. We talked about it in the first half. She was trying to get her name in the record books, and it's there. She's got the first goal in Jersey Sharks history. Sharks with a 1-0 lead. The Regals breaking in. Here they come, one-on-one. Wrist shot, Keenan with the save with the shoulder in the mask, and she holds on. Reese Gall broke in one-on-one. She was able to open up the lane a little bit. Had that top left corner picked out, but Harper Keenan's right shoulder said, I think I'm just going to get enough of a piece of it. She shrugged it right into her mask and was able to cover it up. Still 1-0. Sharks lead it. A win, even a single win, will go a long way into keeping you alive for the second half. Claus trying to get it forward. Couldn't pull the trigger. Annalise Claus. Yes, like spelled and pronounced like Santa Claus. Was looking for a gift right there. Offside by the Regals. They'll bring that face off just outside the blue line. So you got McNulty with the goal. Camerata and or Folia with the assist or assists. And shortly thereafter, Harper Keenan with a big save on Reese Gall. Moved up but not out. Wrist shot. Keenan knocks it down with the glove. Didn't corral it cleanly, but there was no traffic in front, and she was able to cover it up. Rizzo will take the defensive zone draw with Sperling and Gabby Rothstein and Kira Redmond in the middle, and Katie McCaffrey on the far side defense position. Knocked up but not out. That's actually Shoemaker Gromick, not McCaffrey. On D. Sent at the point. Regals trying to tee it up. Through traffic, redirected in front by two. Redmond got a stick on somebody, and that allowed Keenan the moment that she needed to cover it up. So about the third or fourth offensive zone draw for Buffalo here. Regals win it again. That one blocked this time by Rothstein. Redmond looking to move it back the other way. Picked off. Regals now buzzing. This has been, since the Sharks goal, they've had their best run here of play. Gall on the one-on-one with a big shot, and now a lot of possession. Jessie Sperling, number 53, dumps it in. Gabby Rothstein waiting for that puck to go to the other side, but the goalie prevents it. Knocked down with the glove of Sperling. Spins around. Centers. Has Olivia Rothstein. She's going to skate it all the way through the circle. Goes off the side of the net, the side pipe there, not the one that's a post. The piping that goes along the ice that's covered by the back shield of the netting and covered up. That allows a change. This line, the last time out, put one in the back of the net. Folia on the dot. McNulty in the slot, chipped away, 3-on-1. Olivia Rothstein back, wrist shot sent wide. 3-on-1, no pass. That was a break there. Maya Dalton thought she saw the lane and she let it fly. And it didn't get on net, so a break for the Sharks. That one loose in front. Somebody's looking for it. McNulty thought maybe she had it. Chipped in by McCaffrey. McNulty, she's been ever present and effervescent in the second half. It goes to the point. McCaffrey to Rothstein. She's going to tee it up at net, blockered away. Picked up and chipped up, but not out by Kwiatkowski. Moved to the point by Rothstein. Puck battle that McNulty wins. McNulty tries to get through. Kept in the zone by Rothstein. It goes off a couple of skates. Camerata using the power to try to keep it in. She does, gets a little help. McCaffrey kept that from being a break. Now it's picked up, teed up by Folia, blocked away, looking for another one. She gets that one on net at the mast. Folia is still with it like a tiger, sending it forward off the stick of the goaltender and cleared out. It's not going to be icing because Olivia Rothstein touched it with the stick. She's going to get to it first. She's trying to steer off Dalton. She does that for just enough, but Dalton put a lot of pressure on there and almost created something out of nothing. Here is Claus. Oh, Annalise Claus was nearly in alone. Moved up the near side. McSherry knocks it away. Battled for there with Cishek. Moved up now by McSherry. McSherry will gain the zone on the left wing. Go down the middle for Claus. It looked like she was trying to shoot it, but it almost was a pass. And Claus just didn't see it. It kind of came sort of between her legs. Scott centering feed. Now in front. Oh, tripped up right there as she was going to put it in. Oh, I can't believe no call. Claus had it. She just got the skates pulled right out from under her. But I mean, listen, if you could get away with it, then do it. But man, that cost Annalise Claus a golden opportunity to make it 2-0. Claus with it again. She battled, and she's getting slashed on the gloves right there, but comes from underneath. If they're lifting the stick and they hit the gloves, they're unlikely to call it. If you come down with the stick on the gloves and they see it, they're going to call it every time. Centering feed, McSherry tried to power it through. Scott was over there. Centering feed goes all the way out, and Shoemaker Gromick is going to pick it up. Waits for the onside, and Claus and Scott will change. McSherry's still pursuing up front. She'll probably head to the bench at the next chance she gets as we tick down to the 16-minute mark of the second half. Redmond lost the stick on the puck battle there. Regals still have it, taken away. Moved up the side boards and out. Now I think McSherry can finally get to the bench there. She jumps off, but it's an icing. That puck just didn't even make it to the end boards. It just got over the end line and died. 1-0 Jersey Sharks. First preliminary game of the Beantown Classic, the storied tournament. Now Sperling jumped in to take the face off there, so we'll see if the Sharks readjusted their lineup a little bit. Wrist shot, knocked away by Sperling coming through the middle. She's got time, draws a few defenders, was trying to send Rothstein up and out. Rizzo will do just that. Rothstein picks it up, didn't get it cleanly, but took it off of a skate. Rizzo trying to move that one up, but gets a little help from Olivia Rothstein, who does skate it in. One lefty, one righty, two Rothsteins. Almighty. Olivia to Gabby. Gabby tries to center it for Sperling. Rizzo's cutting down the lane. She's unmarked for a moment. Sperling was looking to get it. She's got eyes in the back of her head, like goalies do. That's Jessie Sperling. She'll just fire a pass when you're like, where did that person come from? And it's on somebody's stick. Rothstein trying to get it in down low. That's Gabby. Centering feed. Rizzo got a piece of it, but was marked there by Bidzerconi. Couldn't quite get on it what she wanted. Now the Regals will skate out. They get it in, but it looks like it's offside on Alexa Langdon. She got in just a stride ahead, number 19. 1-0 Jersey Sharks over the Buffalo Regals. We thank you for tuning in on a Friday afternoon or on demand at any time. Mia McSherry wins the face-off. That's Julia Folia to herself. Wrist shot, blockered away. Looking to center it for Camerata. Couldn't get it all the way through. Folia still with it. Folia down low. Wrist shot. Saved with the left shoulder. Camerata picks it up. Centers it. Oh, Maeve McNulty was looking for number 2. She's got the only one, but right now the Sharks are making it stand up. Camerata. Mullen moves it up, but Couldn't quite get it out. Now the Regals do get it out. Redmond back in their own zone. Over to McCaffrey. Up to the near side wall. Maeve McNulty leaves it in the middle. And eventually the Sharks regroup. They move it forward, but lose the possession there. Shoemaker Gromick up front for the pass. McNulty and Camarada, they put themselves offside. It just didn't connect. Sometimes you need a little puck luck. Sometimes the puck luck goes against you. 13:33 left, second half. Yes, half. Two halves make one whole game. A 44-minute game. Chipped up. Redmond keeps it from being a breakaway. Regals move in, trying to tee it up. Steered aside by Keenan. Moved up but not out. Still battling for it. Shoemaker Gromick. 2 in the blue jersey. Goes to the near the point. Fired off the side of the net. Still 1-0 Sharks. Diving at it and keeping it in for the Regals for a moment. Looked like Cishek. It could have been Shutters. 82. Sold out to keep that puck in, and they still have possession. Finally, the Sharks get it out. They'll go right down the middle. Mandy Scott doesn't have much with her. She'll get onside. Centering attempt by Claus. Doesn't get to the net, doesn't get to a teammate, but the puck is still in the zone, so we'll call it an effective dumping. Scott looking. Trying to get it to somebody in front there. Goes all the way out. This puck is not going to have enough to be icing. So Olivia Rothstein gets on her horse, hustles back all the way over to McCaffrey. Moves it forward for Scott. Oh, she was trying to sneak in behind the defender there. Couldn't quite do it. Pagano moves it in. Alana Pagano chips it off the boards to herself. Tries to center it. But Katie McCaffrey denies it. Up the near side wall and back in. Now Rothstein chips it out, and here comes Rothstein. She spins, she's looking, coming late is Rizzo, gets all the way to the net, gets hooked, and this is going to be a power play. So Gabby Rothstein was 1-on-4. She spun around like Wonder Woman in the phone booth, or who is she the one that went in the phone booth? Whatever it was. It was wonderful, and she magically made a penalty appear. Well, it wasn't magic, it was hard work. So for the second time now, the Jersey Sharks will have a power play. They're 0 for 1, as are the Regals. So 2 minutes of power play time. Rizzo on the dot. Rothstein in the slot. Sterling on the left wing. Olivia Rothstein at the left point sends it over for McCaffrey. Her shot blocked away. Gabby Rothstein hustling for it. Rizzo's there as well, but the one Regal beats the 2 Sharks. I mean, I guess if a Buffalo was on the plains against a Shark, it wouldn't be a battle, but if the Shark found the Buffalo in the water, then the Shark would have a pretty good advantage. Whatever. Here we go. Sharks trying to set up. McCaffrey sent it in, offside for the moment, but it's the delayed offside. 80 seconds left. Sharks haven't been able to set up their power play. Oh, there's a collision, and it's going to be a 5-on-3 here. Keenan will head to the bench for an extra attacker. Teed up, wrist shot, save, no rebound. Gabby Rothstein, they gave her the open lane. She had sort of a 2-on-1 with Louisa Rizzo. Had a real clear shooting lane there, took it. Was maybe looking for a spot or a rebound, but another penalty there. What'd they call? Looked like a slash. So 1 minute, 1 second of 5-on-3 power play time with 10:34 left in the game. Redmond tees it up, blockered away. McNulty back to Redmond. Redmond looking, goes far side for Camarada. Izzy Camarada to the dot, wrist shot, glove save, and that was a big one Camerata was looking to snipe that top right corner. And when you give her time and space, she's deadly. And she'll jump into the face-off circle. Sperling jumps out there for some power play time. Redmond tees it up. Another glove save. And they'll switch circles. 39 seconds left of 5-on-3 time. The Sharks wouldn't salt it away, but boy, they could go real far towards securing a victory here in the prelims. Everyone counts. Redmond down the middle. Shoemaker-Gromick, big save! Oh, Logan Shoemaker-Gromick had a good shot there, but the goalie, the unnamed number 35, if it's McCarthy, that was a hell of a save. McNulty breaks in. 3-on-2 with the 5-on-3. Shoveled forward, picked up, moved out. 1-on-4, still with it. Maya Dalton. Dalton turns the corner, wrist shot. Keenan handcuffed, makes the save. They cover it. They should move it along. There's nobody there. Camerata with one there. There's now 5-on-4 hockey. The Regals have killed off the 5-on-3. Camerata in as the Sharks change. And this is a big one here because Folia marches in. Folia with it. Folia in front. Wrist shot on the logo and covered up by the Regals. 36 seconds left in the power play. And they were caught napping there. The Sharks, all 5 were around Harper Keenan when she made the save and she was going to cover it, but there was not a Regal even in the zone. So the ref is not going to want to blow the whistle there. And you do sort of miss an opportunity to move the puck. Regals are going to move it out here and help kill off this penalty. They say no icing, so it was either tipped or there's no icing on penalty kills. Regular league rules that these teams will play in, there's icing even on the penalty kill. 14 seconds left on the power play. It doesn't look like the Sharks are going to capitalize here, but they still have a 1-0 lead. And 8:39 left to go to secure that first and valuable win to start the Beantown Classic prelims here. You get 3 preliminary games, and you're trying to get into the top 16, which gives you a chance at the chip. If you get into the top 16, your game Saturday night is a playoff game. If you don't make the top 16, it's a consolation game, and then you're going home the next day. And then if you win that game on Saturday night, you're playing on Sunday. And then if you win 3 on Sunday, you're going to have a long ride home, but you're not going to care because you got a championship trophy in an awesome tournament. Moved up and now out. Katie McCaffrey. She's a defenseman today, and she just lost the handle there, and it goes offside. It was a good rush. Annalise Claus was on the right wing, but again, both teams playing on the same ice, and we've seen some really highly skilled players from both teams make sort of their fate happen the same way. 50-50 puck, and McSherry is going to get it into the zone. Not where she wanted to. They took away the dump in, and they'll battle for it in neutral ice. Andy Scott knocked down by McSherry. Centering feed. A little too early for Claus to get there. McCaffrey lost the stick, did the Regals player. Lost her footing now. Taking a while to get up, but she's not hurt. So that's the good news. Just took a while to get up. Maybe just lost the wind there for a second. Sent in, but intercepted by Katie McCaffrey. Off the far side boards for Claus. She gets tripped up there, and it'll be another penalty. So Claus was in perfect position for the breakout. She let the puck bang off the boards, or maybe got a piece of it, and then as she turned, the Regals player did not retract her stick, and it is a power play for the Sharks. This will be their 4th. They're 0 for 3. The Regals have had 1. They're 0 for 1. 7:23 left in the game. 2 halves. Rizzo on the dot, Sperling in the slot. Rothstein on the right wing, grabbed that puck for a moment, regains it. He's looking to maybe exchange with Rizzo, sends it for Sperling in front. Redmond at the left point is going to try to send it down to the near side for Sperling. Back to Redmond, Over to Shoemaker Gromick. Center and feed. Oh, Rizzo was backdoor and she nearly got the backhand on it. Rizzo plays catch with Sperling. And back. Rizzo tries to center it. It hits a stick. Shoemaker Gromick keeps it in. Uses the body. Uses the stick. Keeps it in. Rothstein down to Rizzo. Couldn't quite get it. It handcuffed her in the skates. Rizzo trying to battle for it. Rothstein over there. Rizzo's going to pick it up. Let's see where she goes. She goes to the point. Shoemaker Gromick. She's looking. Still looking. Back to Rothstein. Rothstein sends it just wide. Rizzo was on the near side post, maybe looking for a deflection. Regals will move it up. They'll get it out. They have a 2-on-2, but they give it up. Dalton checked into the boards, pushes Redmond back, pushing and shoving. Redmond's going to get the other player taken off with her. So that's a break for the Sharks. Redmond had the penalty there, but Dalton pushed back and they take both of them off. A huge break for the Sharks there, because Redmond really should have been going off by herself, but on the retaliation, they both go off. So they'll stay 5-on-4 for 53 seconds. Sharks with a 1-0 lead. This is going to get really interesting on Saturday morning when the Jersey Sharks play the Connecticut Shoreline Sharks. So we're going to be all about Jersey then, okay? Still with 40 seconds on the power play, Izzy Camerata will break out with Maeve McNulty in front of her. Camerata down the middle. Camerata looks, tees it up. Regals player knocks it down. Camerata regains it. Loses footing, no trip there. Just lost the footing. Sent up and in by the Regals. Langdon. Langdon pursues, still putting pressure down low, but Sharks have been nice and spread out here, making for a relatively easy zone exit. Last rush of the power play. Camerata, wrist shot, oh, a big blocker save. Camerata might have been looking to tuck that one in to the left side of the net. Sharks 1-on-2, broken up by McCaffrey. Keenan sticks out the stick to deny a rebound. No shot even happened. Keenan lost the stick. She gets it shoveled back by Olivia Rothstein. Breaking out, Folia. Julia Folia tries to gain the line. Barrels through one, barrels through another. Regains it 1-on-3. Has Camerata in front if she can make the puck get there somehow. What else could she do? Rothstein needs to kick it forward, but didn't quite get it all the way to Scott. Brought in, knocked away. Shoemaker Gromick chips it up the near side wall for Mandy Scott. Mandy Scott, wrist shot off the blocker. She saw it all the way. Scott regains. Leafs it along the far side boards. Kept in by Claus. Claus has Scott in front. Claus gets bodied off over there. No call. Looked like it was just bodies and not checks. Good no call. We don't want to see penalties called here. We want the course of play. Wrist shot goes wide. Keenan saw it. 4:09 left. 1-0. Jersey Sharks in their first game ever. And their first game of the preliminaries here. Claus puts pressure. She's got a long stick. Annalise Claus. She gets that stick and interrupts passing lanes. Takes away a little time and space. That one kept in. Oh, okay. The near side referee called it offside. I thought the far side was going to let it go. 3:42 left, second half. That's the game. 2 halves in the game. Jersey Sharks in the blue leads the Buffalo Regals 1-0. Rizzo wins the faceoff. Now Sperling grabs it off the long pass. Sperling tries to shovel it up the middle. Goes to the near side corner. Jesse Sperling. Rizzo there to help. Regals will chip it up and out. Let's see if this is icing, if it crosses the line. It is. So now finally, after 40 minutes of play and a 1-minute break between periods, finally the ice has really started to crust over and it's playing a little more true now. Face off to the circle to the right of the goalie. Rizzo on the dot. Rothstein in the slot, Sperling on the near side wing. At the point, Redmond kept it in for a moment, but couldn't keep it all the way in. Gabby Rothstein trekking all the way back to provide some help. Shoemaker Gromick, will she get to that one first? She got there at the same time, but didn't allow a pass. We've ticked down to 3 minutes. Can the Sharks hold this 1-0 lead? Loose in front, Redmond chopping down. She's on the edge there. They could, when you're chopping down, even if you're near the stick blade, it's not a surprise if a slash is called, but they're letting them play. Far corner. Regals centering feed, covered by Keenan. Harper Keenan and Kira Redmond, their first game together. They'll be teammates for the next 10 months, but some good communication there. Big defensive zone draw. It'll be Rizzo. Regals win it. Comes to the circle, wrist shot, knocked down in front. Olivia Rothstein loose in front. Keenan's down, lost the stick. Regals still with the puck. Keenan trying to get the stick back. Rizzo picks it up and hands it to her. There's a fall, not a trip. Wrist shot, Keenan saves it with the glove. How did she get it? Wrap around attempt, backdoor. Rizzo got a piece of it. Otherwise it was going in. Regals blitzing. One-timer, left pad save, and she covers up. Harper Keenan with 2:02 left in the game. Denial ain't just a river in Africa. It's what Harper Keenan's been doing on a blitz by the Buffalo Regals, who are desperate to tie it up. Down low, it doesn't get through traffic. McNulty tries to get it out. Wrist shot goes wide. Camerata, she's not going to get beat on that one. She gets there in time. Wrist shot, wow, centering feed was looking for somebody's head. Goalie's still in. We'll see if the Regals try to pull her. It gets out of the zone. That's all. There's a hook right there, but she got the stick away in time. Camerata's going to march down the middle, takes a shot, loses her edge right there. No trip. Kept in by McCaffrey. McNulty has the goal, and she's got the puck. And if the Sharks could keep it down there, they'll kill off the rest of this time. They don't even care if they shoot, if they can keep it down there, but if you get one, that's even better. They lead 1-0. McNulty tries to send it at net. McCaffrey pinches in. She keeps it in the near side corner. Camerata 1-on-3. She gets dumped on the hook, and she smashes her glove to the ice in frustration. Picked off Foley, a wrist shot, and it goes over the netting. What a shift. And Camerata's frustrated, but I mean, she had a monster shift right there. She's never satisfied unless she's putting the puck in the back of the net, but 93 just does so many good things so often. That shift was exemplary. McSherry with 5:51.6 wins the faceoff. Redmond through traffic, not all the way. McSherry sells out to get it to Scott. Sends it below the end line. If this was a soccer game and you were up by 1 and you had the ball in the offensive zone, they'd say just dribble it at the pylon and just hold it. That's what they're trying to do. Kill off 30 seconds. If you kill it off in the Regals' end, you're going to win. Redmond keeps it in. Redmond trying to get it down. It comes out. McSherry shielding away. McSherry can't keep it. And it's brought in down low. This is going to be a penalty shot. Let's see. And let's see if he calls the penalty shot. He calls a hook. You could have called the penalty shot there. 14.2 seconds left. She was behind the D there. She's politicking for the penalty shot. I was expecting the penalty shot. And listen, we know which team I'm for. But I think if I was wearing the stripes, I might have called the penalty shot right there. So 5-on-4 is not going to be enough. It's 6-on-4. The Regals have their net empty. 6-on-4 for 14.2 seconds. On the draw, McSherry wins it. McCaffrey over to Rothstein. Can she get there? Chipped along the boards with 6 seconds. Sent up. Loose puck. Trying to get to it. Pop up. loose in front, steered away, time expires! And the Jersey Sharks eke out a 1-0 victory over the Buffalo Regals in the opener of the Beantown Classic preliminary round. That is going to set them up nicely for the rest of the preliminary games. One later this evening if you're watching live. Come back onto Rizzo Vision for that. And then one on Saturday afternoon at 1:30 Eastern Time. The best tradition in hockey right here. The Regals and the Sharks do their handshake no matter what happens. You forget about it. You're all hockey players. You're part of the same sorority. The rare and difficult choice of being a girls hockey player, a special breed, our girls. Harper Keenan with the shutout. Don't know what the shots on goal were, but she was especially blitzed after Maeve McNulty scored with 21:14 left in the second half. That's right, they're playing halves. So McNulty with the goal. I'd say Camerata and Folia with the assists. I don't know what the official score sheet will say, but that's what I'll say. And the Jersey Sharks walk off with the 1-0 victory. They will be playing the Junior Pandas from Alberta in the evening game, and then the Connecticut Shoreline Sharks on Saturday. But anytime you punch a victory over the Buffalo Regals, you have done something well, because that's one of the flagship organizations in girls hockey. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button and the alerts button, and every time we pop on, you'll get an alert, you'll know about it. Or if we update better copies of the game, which I try to do, sometimes the feed isn't so good and you're able to put a better copy of the game up online for you, and then we remove this one, the live one. So hunt around if you want to see the game. There's also a playlist called 2023-24 NJ Bandits Hockey, Girls Hockey. So you can always check that playlist. We'll put these Jersey Sharks games on there for you. Sharks will be back at it later on, but for now they take the 1-0 victory over the Buffalo Regals from New England Sports Center in Marlborough, Massachusetts. This is Joe Rizzo. Thanks for watching Jersey Sharks hockey on Rizzo Vision.